In the beginning of the Imamat of Imam Reza, he did not publicly declare his Imamat. This was due to an extensive amount of pressure dominated in the society following Imam Kazim's imprisonment and martyrdom by Haroon. It was highly possible that Haroon would be a threat for Imam Reza. Thus, Imam Reza only revealed his Imamat to his family as well as loyal companions and representatives of his father Imam Kazim. Haroon did not perceive the Imam as an immediate threat for his government. However, he was frequently advised by those close to him, particularly his minister Yahya ibn Khalid Barmaki, to take action against the Imam, who was being followed by the Shias as their next Imam after Imam Kazim. However, Haroon would reject their wishes to act against the Imam. Haroon would respond that we have killed his father. Should I kill them all to satisfy you? Haroon was aware that Muslims, especially the Shias, held him responsible in the martyrdom of Imam Kazim. He did not want to put his government further in trouble by aggravating the long-standing hostilities between the Prophet's descendants and the Abbasids. Haroon had appointed spies in Medina to closely monitor all aspects of Imam Reza's activities. Once Haroon received a report from one of his spies that the Imam went to the market and purchased some domestic animals. Later, someone came to Haroon and said that the Imam had opened his house for the people and had called them to his Imamat. Haroon surprisingly responded that he said something contrary to what the spy had already reported. Thus, he did not pay attention to the conspiracy against the Imam. Due to frequent talks against the Imam, Haroon once decided to kill the Imam. He sent someone to bring the Imam into his presence. When the Imam saw Haroon, he quietly recited a supplication that was passed down to him from the Prophet. Once Haroon looked at the Imam, his decision suddenly changed. He told the Imam that he had ordered a big reward to be paid to him and asked the Imam to write down his family's needs. When the Imam returned, Haroon consoled himself by saying that he wanted something and God wanted something else, and whatever God wants is better. After a period that is estimated by some to be around 4 years, Imam Reza publicly announced his Imamat to the people. He was frequently warned by his close companions that the declarations of his Imamat might trigger Haroon to persecute him. The Imam dismissed their warnings and told them that similar to the Prophet, who made a prophecy that his uncle Abu Jahl, who was his opponent, would not be able to harm him, he promised that Haroon could not harm him either. The Imam assured them that they could consider this prophecy a sign of his Imamat. The Imam's declaration of his Imamat coincided with the time that Haroon decided to remove the powerful family of Barmaki from his government. He was afraid that the increasing power of the Barmaki family in his government could endanger his power. Thus, he killed or imprisoned influential characters and politicians from the Barmaki family. He also imprisoned his famous minister, Yahya ibn Khalid Barmaki, whose hostility led to Imam Kazim's martyrdom. Yahya was kept in prison for a few years until his death. The elimination of the Barmakis from the power benefited the Imam as they were hostile toward the Ahlul Bayt. The Barmakis would frequently speak ill of Imam Kazim and Imam Reza to Haroon. Shortly after, Haroon's attention was diverted to the riots and the unrest in the eastern parts of his government. The uprisings of Hamza in Sistan and Rafi ibn Layth in Central Asia could gather support from the people as they were suppressed by the oppression and the injustice of Ali ibn Isa, Haroon's governor in Khorasan. Haroon wanted to make a smooth transition of power for his sons and was concerned about the uprisings and instabilities in those regions. Thus, he personally traveled to Khorasan to manage the situation. However, after meeting with Ali ibn Isa in Ray, Iran, he decided to return to Baghdad as he had received the news of instability at the border with the Roman Empire. The insecurity in Khorasan remained unsolved until Haroon removed Ali ibn Isa from the power and sent troops towards Central Asia for a war against Rafi ibn Layth. He himself traveled again to Khorasan to oversee the situation despite his illness. However, he could not complete his journey and died close to the city of Tus in Khorasan in current-day Mashhad, Iran. Haroon's occupations and various problems in his government benefited Imam Reza as Haroon did not find an opportunity to persecute the Imam. Thus, the Imam continued his Imamat in Medina without any major threats from Haroon's government, and his prophecy of Haroon being unable to harm him became a reality.